Okay, it's a new day and my part came in. The factory air, let's see at the part number. That's the low pressure switch, and I don't know if we can read it, but let's try to, maybe if I tap to focus. It says that it's off at 2.8 kg CM2. And here we go, get ready to shake. If we look at the book, the shop manual, it says that when you're checking the inspection of it, it says if it's well, 2.8, I already did the math, it's around 40 psi, and I think that's on the high side gauge. If it ever drops below that, it's supposed to turn off. So according to what I just read, it says it goes off at 40, which is good. And in this situation here, in this checklist deal, it says if it's more than that, then go to step 3, which means if this registers more than 40 pounds pressure per psi, to go to step 3, which would be to check it for continuity. And this is just if it doesn't work and doesn't signal your compressor to turn on. But if it was low, which it would detect a low state, they're saying charge with refrigerant, which makes sense. Okay, so we'll put this back here. Let's see here. Tap to focus. Alright, so moving on. This is the one I decided to use. It has a brass fitting on it that I'm going to take out. And then what I'm going to do, I haven't mentioned this yet, but this is Nylog. I'll get in the picture. It's Nylog sealant. It says it's compatible with all refrigerants, will not contaminate the system. And this is what you're going to want to use on all of your new green O-rings. I recommend it, and this is why, because if you use your PAG oil on the O-rings, they say it's very hygroscopic. It would bring in moisture out of the air, and here in Mississippi, like right now, it's 60% humidity, so it would just bring moisture from the air to the O-ring. And then you put it all together, they're saying that it can corrode and cause those fittings to have a hard time to come apart later. I did do that with my other truck, and I knew it was hygroscopic, but I didn't have anything else. Some documents said to use the oil that you're going to use in the system on the O-rings. And then when you're pulling a vacuum, any moisture in the system, it'll come out. One other thing you can do is you can use mineral oil on the O-rings. That minimal amount will not contaminate the system, and it will not draw moisture to it. But aside from all those, this is actually the best thing to use, because this here is safe for all systems. You can just put a little on the O-ring itself, and it's really thick. I'm going to read this to you. I don't think anyone can read that tiny print, but it says that it is a unique gasket and thread sealant. It will not contaminate the AC or refrigeration systems. The fluid never hardens or dries and will always remain in an elastic state. It fills cracks and voids to prevent all leaks, especially during temperature spikes and system vibrations. Nylog is used in OEM assembly and field service. Please see directions and visit our website. Okay, so it says here directions: apply, tighten. It says all done, sealed. So anyways, that's what I'm about to do. Well, some of my video got blurry and you missed the whole part where I put this on. So I was talking about Nylog, and what I did is I'll do it with this. This is what I'll kind of redo it. On this one, or what I did is I took the O-ring off of the sensor thing, switch, took the O-ring off, held it in my hand, put a drop and just lubricated the O-ring, and then I put it back on the switch, and then I put it in. And what I was saying was I was going to tighten this up until these are parallel, and then that should be good. And then we're going to install this last. Since it collects moisture, you want to put it in last. We're going to put everything in place, and most of it can be tightened up, but right here is going to be the last little bit. I'm going to put this hose on, tighten this stuff up right before we pull a vacuum and charge it up. So that's that. Alright, on to the next job.